Hi there, Jason here for the Agbayon channel and TMS Talks. Join me for a chat while I polish some blades. We have been posting hiking videos, solo hikes in the dark. But the question now is, have you ever had strange experiences while on trail hiking or while in the wilderness hiking? Please comment down below. I will share with you some that I experienced while I do an almost ASMR thing, which is blade polishing. Sorry if the camera is kinda shaky. First is the night walker. One time I was in the wilderness and I was asleep. I got awakened by a person walking around the tent. So I decided to give it a listen. So I did listen, and I figured that the person was very unusual because it was as if he was a tree. He was a walking tree or something like that, because I could hear the twigs, I could hear the branches cracking in the leaves. You see, the area where we camped was not really full of grass or anything, but rather rocks. It was a rocky plain, but I could hear in every step twigs cracking, and I could hear but he was like carrying with him shrubbery or leaves, branches, etc. It was in the middle of the night, around 12 midnight. What could that be? Another thing, the blacksmith in the woods. There was a time when I was drinking with some guys while I was in the barrio, and then we talked about a lot of things about barrio stuff, about the goto as pulutan, etc. We also talked about bolos and blades, and then at around 9 we separated. So I went to my place and slept. But then, once again, in the middle of the night, at around midnight, I heard in the woods a person, like he was working on a blade. Yes, like as if there was a blacksmith out there working on a blade, hammering an anvil or something like that. It sounded like that. So I gave it a listen, and I was really sure it sounded like someone was working on a blade in the middle of the forest, in the middle of the night. So it's true, perhaps, when they say that the Encantos also have blacksmiths among them, that they come out during the night, during the shoot. Another thing was the baby crying in the woods one night. Again, at around that time, I heard, or we heard, I wasn't alone, we heard a baby crying in the woods. A baby crying in the woods, in the middle of the night. And then, no one actually dared to go out and check. Who would dare? Would you? That was one experience as well. Another thing was when I was hiking, and you know, the trail where I go has a lot of bodies of water, falls, streams, secluded lagoon, etc. I like to stay in one of the lagoon and would meditate, etc. Would meditate, think. And then one time I decided to take a dip. I decided to swim along the stream. So there I was, swimming. I chose a spot where I could just sit and feel the stream, listen to the sounds of nature, etc. But all of a sudden, I heard people talking, women actually, female voices, upstream. Could hear them, and but I couldn't make out what they were saying. I couldn't. And then, all of a sudden, I heard another female voice say, "Nonoy." Female voice said, "Nonoy." You know, Nonoy is my nickname, so I was really dumbfounded. Someone just called my nickname, so I was dumbfounded. I was surprised. I didn't know what to think about it. Just kept my cool and then kept on swimming. On my favorite rock, I sat on it and ate my snack. After a while, I left the place. Another story was the story of the Mananabas. Have you heard of the Mananabas? There was a time when in Bicol, particularly in Camarines Sur, there was news of night walkers with swords or bolos, and the communities would call them Mananabas. It even reached the local media. I even heard it on the radio. So for a while, there were people who were so afraid of the Mananabas that they would retire early during the night. And I'm not talking about just a few people. I'm talking about an entire barangay, right, or an entire town. They were so afraid of the Mananabas that they would retire for the night. The entire barangay or the entire town, the shops would close early, etc., because of the news of that Mananabas. But you know, the incident was a welcome event for the town mayor, because you know, lesser and lesser people roamed at night, lesser crime rate, etc., because of the story of the Mananabas. They were said to walk along the dirt road with their really long bolos. According to the locals, the bolos were so-called Dinahong-palay. The Dinahong-palay bolos. That is why there is belief that the sword of the Mananabas is the Dinahong-palay. Yes. Another story is the story of the Sinukuan tree. The Sinukuan tree. Shout out to Jojo Villarreal. He was the one who asked me to look for the Sinukuan tree. This happened during the lockdown. So I was there interviewing people, looking for the Sinukuan tree, the famed Sinukuan tree, gathering information about it. Some people say that the Sinukuan tree is the what do we call it? The metropolis of the Encanto land, or of the Encantos at Mount Isarog. You see, Mount Isarog is believed to be a haven for Encantos, and that the Sinukuan tree is the main castle of the Encantos. Now, rumor has it, or oral tradition has it, that you have to be really careful when you approach the Sinukuan tree. People go there because of its famed supernatural powers. If you get a leaf, if you get a twig or a piece of wood, it could serve as anting-anting, or it could serve as herbal medicine or anything of that sort. So a lot of people look for the tree for said purpose. So, but you have to be very careful, because when you go to the tree, you approach the tree at the wrong time, and you go underneath its shadow, you will die. Okay, that is why one thing you will notice with the Sinukuan tree is that it's surrounded with bones of animals, bones of perhaps bones of people as well. It's surrounded with bones, because it is said that those entities died because they were caught by the shadow of the Sinukuan tree. Sinukuan tree. Some people say that the Sinukuan tree is at the top of Mount Isarog. Some people say that it's not there, it's somewhere along the way, going to the top. I really wasn't able to find it, but some people are looking for it even now, mountaineers, etc. Now, I came across an agta who said that, that Sinukuan there's nothing special about it. It's just a tree with healing powers. He even said, oh, I even have a Sinukuan tree at home. That's what he said. How about you? What do you think? Do you believe in the Sinukuan tree? Feel free to comment down below. Feel free to comment down below. Or do you also have weird experiences while hiking or while camping? Feel free to comment down below. So there. Thank you so much for joining me while I work on some blades. Remember, the pen is mightier with